I'd like to know how the Dutch Cycling Embassy works, what they provide all over the world.
The Dutch Cycling Embassy is the foundation, a public-private network, and basically we work together with the Dutch government and 100 organizations to bring expertise, knowledge and products from the Netherlands to cities and countries around the world. We do that by hosting delegations, so a lot of delegations are coming to the Netherlands. We show them around, let them experience cycling literally on the bike to experience the streetscapes of the Netherlands. We also organize so-called tailor-made Think Bike workshop. We did so in the past also in Brazil, but also in Latin America and in many cities around the world, in which we bring Dutch expertise to cities and work together on projects or preference and needs that they have encountered. And it's not copy-pasting Dutch solutions or Dutch best practices, it's really working together with local expertise to make it as fit as possible and according as possible to the local societal, geographical and cultural conditions.
And have some cultural clash in this co-work?
Yeah, sometimes it's very much being emphasized as also a car bashing or a war against cars, but it's very important to realize that due to the fact that cycling is so popular in the Netherlands, that for those that really need to use a car in the Netherlands, there's still enough space to be using a car. So for people in need, it's actually a very relatively easy way in easy destinations to use your car. So the Netherlands is not only a very cycling friendly country, but it's also, and it's also almost a paradox for many, it's also a very car friendly country.
One of in the presentation, one thing that got my attention that to plan the cycle path, so the cycleways, but also think in the car is a combination, no?
Yeah.
So not just think on bikes and fuck off the cars.
Absolutely, it's the best bike plan also needs or is often a car plan. So it's not only about making cycling more attractive, but it's also making car use a little bit less attractive. So pushing people out of the cars and pulling people towards cycling, it's sort of a dance. You have to do it together. And you have to, for instance, you think about traffic circulation zones that have been implemented in many Dutch cities, where it's relatively uneasy to go from one side to the other side of the city by car. You really have to drive around. It's still being possible. So if you really need a car, it's still being possible to go to your destination. But for cycling, it's much more easy due to the fact for cyclists you can go from one side to the city to the other side in a straight line, and for cars you have to drive around, which translates into a city that is very livable, a very attractive place to be. More a people-oriented city than a car-oriented city per se.
Yeah, super nice. And the last question I saw also you said about the investment, like €3 per capita is the investment in Netherlands. If you can tell me.
Yeah, it's very important also to properly invest in improving cycling conditions. And in the Netherlands, cycling has been a very important part, a very important ingredient of national and urban mobility policies. And approximately €30 per person per year is being invested in improving cycling conditions. So it's really a very important cornerstone of national and urban mobility policies, where even money is being reserved to year by year improve cycling conditions.
And about I didn't know about this murder of this kid in the 70s. Was a kid from a journalist.
Yeah.
And this started a wave.
Yeah, absolutely. A small kid, a 6-year-old kid, was unfortunately being killed by a car in the early 70s in the Netherlands, and that kid happened to be a daughter of a famous journalist. And he was of course infuriated and enraged about it, and he wrote a very emotional article in a daily newspaper. And that sort of kick-fired an enormous protest, an enormous mass demonstration, which caused what we call the Stop the Child Murder movement in the Netherlands, with loads of people protesting, taking the streets, blocking streets, to demand more space for cyclists and pedestrians, to demand a more people-oriented urban place instead of a more car-oriented urban place.
Super. And it's easy, not easy, but it's possible to change a Latin American city like São Paulo like Mexico City in a bike-friendly city.
Absolutely, it's absolutely possible to change the even cities, beautiful cities in Latin America that you have. It's absolutely possible to change the minds and hearts of people there as well. And what we've seen recently, we've been working together with a project in Lima, Peru. There a lot is changing and a lot of money is being invested in improving cycling conditions there as well. And the streets are really changing for the better. Another beautiful example is Buenos Aires in Argentina. That is changing also now in the last couple of years, have been changed very quickly. And of course a long-standing example is Bogota, Colombia, where that has been with the ciclovia has been an example for many cities around the world as well.
Maybe in Colombia they have the love for bikes like in Netherlands, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they have some similarities.
Yeah,
in this
yeah, they love cycling as well. It's the same as in the Netherlands. Yeah, absolutely.
Super nice. Peter, thanks so much.
Thank you.
To Bike Beleza, and it will be great to talk to you and see your keynote.
Thanks very much.
Super nice.
Thanks. Take care.